So do you want to close 80% of your deals that you speak with? That's called a master closer. A master closer is not a professional visitor. A professional visitor is one that goes to somebody's house, sits there and talks, and doesn't ask for the business. You have to be a master closer. So how do you become a master closer? A master closer is one who can convey their message with the least amount of words spoken, as well as asking for the business. Answering a question with the question. So I'm going to give you an example. If somebody says, you know, I really like your product. Do you take credit card? Absolutely. Is that the way you like to handle it? Boom. And be quiet. There's nothing else to say. The ball is not in your court. So let me give you an example. Do you offer financing? Absolutely. $42 a month. Is that the route you like to take? And be quiet. Now, let's say that if somebody's speaking with you in the middle of your presentation, you should be able to stop where you're at because you're the professional. You should be able to stop where you're at and pick up where you left off no matter what question is thrown at you. So let's say you're in the middle of the presentation and somebody says, somebody doesn't even have to say anything. You look at their physiology, their demeanor. You look at their jugular and their throat. You look at them and you pay attention to them, their demeanor. So let's say if you're going through a presentation and you see somebody, you know, maybe roll their eyes, itch their nose, cough, sneeze, whatever, you should absolutely stop dead in your track and say, bless you. Or you can stop dead in your track. Let's say if somebody starts itching their nose, stop dead in your track and say, did you have any questions so far? What they're doing, that's a sign that they are not understanding what you're talking about. You got to look directly at this person when you're doing a presentation and feel their energy. You got to feel what they're thinking. You got to understand that they don't understand what you're saying because you're doing this all the time. So you become robotic. You're saying it so fast and so quick because you do it every single day of your life. This is the first time they heard this. So if you're sitting there doing a presentation, they're looking around or doing this or, you know, talking to the kids or yelling at the dogs or, you know, scratching their nose or itching their head or going like this, that means they don't understand what you're saying. Stop dead in your tracks. Or you can throw something out there special, you know, to catch them. Say, let's say you're in the middle of a presentation, right? I love doing this part. You're in the middle of presentation and you see somebody doing this, or you see somebody or coughing, whatever the situation may be, you see something that is abnormal, okay? So what you need to do is you need to stop in the middle of your presentation and you say, hey, what's my name? And if they can't answer you, guess what happens? You now have their full dedicated attention to the rest of the presentation. There's more to come. I'm going to teach you how to become a master closer. I'm going to teach you how to close 80 to 90% of anybody and everybody you speak to, no matter what product or service you're selling. Because all you're selling is yourself. And your enthusiasm, the last 4 letters of enthusiasm is IASM. I am sold myself. If you are sold yourself on the product, the service, and your ability to be able to communicate and present the product and services you're offering, it's nothing but a lay down. So I advise you and ask you and encourage you to like, follow, and subscribe so you can stay updated because I'm going to start doing a lot of sales training. That's what I do really good, and I'm going to start doing it. And I guarantee you, I can take you from a 30% closer to an 80% closer if you listen and apply, practice, and drill and rehearse what I'm teaching you. You can close anybody you speak to. It is simple as that. Thank you for listening. Have a great night.